Welcome to the first episode of the Flat Out F1 podcast. This is a family-friendly F1 podcast, and the whole goal is for me and DJ and our wives to get flown out to a race. That's why we're talking about this. DJ and I talk about F1 all the time, so we figured we'd start a podcast about it. One of your hosts, Edward.
I'm DJ. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're two Arkansas boys who defied the odds, and instead of becoming NASCAR fans, we became F1 fans. So it's race week. DJ, how you feeling? Australia's coming up in a couple of days. How you feeling about it?
I actually am. I was thinking I have the Formula One app, and you know how it gives like the little updates for every, like, you go on there and it has stories and stuff.
Yeah.
And it said it's race week. And I haven't seen that in so long.
Dude.
And I was like, let's go, dude.
I know.
I'm actually excited.
Same. I got up this morning and I'm just like, we were eating breakfast and I was like, Reagan, guess what happens this weekend? And she's not near as excited about it as I am. I'm like, it's race week. Like, we're watching F1 this weekend. This is going to be sick. And it's on Apple TV, which I'm really curious to see how that experience is.
Yeah. I wonder if because I know there's so many people in recent years where they said the programming has been so bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Apple TV will change that at all. Because I think the biggest thing is like how literally they film it and like whatever they're showing live at the track. So like they're showing Max Verstappen win by 20 seconds whenever there's a crazy battle going on for third or something.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I don't know if that'll change.
I don't think it will right away. I've seen some stuff that talks about like right now, basically they're taking just the same broadcast that like Sky Sports would have. So they're not actually modifying it. I think eventually they will. And so then you could imagine if Apple, who made the F1 movie, decide to get into like the broadcast space and broadcast F1, some of the angles could be like insane. And they'll probably just have a better, I don't know. I don't want to diss the team, but there have been plenty of instances where it's like the thing we should be watching is not the thing we're being shown. And then even the announcers are calling it out in real time of like, hey, what are we doing? Which
very true.
I hate when that happens, but I don't know. What are you going to do? I'm excited to see it regardless. I'm most excited, I think, because you'll get all the onboard stuff, which I think you've only been able to get with like Sky Sports Plus or something like that. So I'm stoked to have Lando on board and Lewis Hamilton on board and all that stuff. Who are you running onboard cameras for if you're using that?
I actually have yet to get Apple TV. Since Formula One is on Apple TV, we might just go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
We actually share a bunch of stuff with Sammy and Brock, my brother and sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think they have Apple TV because he watches motocross.
Oh, nice.
And I think there's some motocross stuff on Apple TV.
Cool.
So that could be a layup. But if I were to have someone's on board the whole time, I think it would be probably Carlos Sainz. I don't know why. He's just been, I've followed him since, forever. Whenever he was at Red Bull. And that was crazy whenever he was at McLaren. Actually, I think him being at McLaren was my favorite.
I agree.
Version of Carlos.
Bro. Carlando.
Everyone, Carlando. Everyone loves the Carlando. I love the Carlando. That was a good time.
It was. If their car had been better, it would have been peak McLaren.
Yeah.
It was so good. Wait, we should actually talk about that. How'd you get into F1?
honestly, I think whenever I hate to say I'm like a Drive to Survive person,
Yeah, same.
but I yeah, whenever that came out and it was like me, you, and a bunch of our friends, we all like didn't we watch it like at your parents' house
Bro, you
together,
actually might be
all of
right.
us?
You might be right.
And I mean, whenever that came out, I was hooked on it. And it's weird because I don't watch Drive to Survive now.
Right. Same.
But yeah, I think whenever the first season of that came out, what was that like? Uh, this was just their 8th season that just came out.
I think it was 2019 when it came out.
I have a feeling it was 2019 too.
Because it was over the 2018 season, which I think was the only reason I remember that is because Ricardo was still at Red Bull the first season that they like documented.
Yeah.
And so like the whole like his whole arc in the first thing was like leaving Red Bull to go to Renault.
Yeah.
Maybe the worst.
I remember all
move.
the Renault, bro. Yeah.
Like genuinely
that might
worst.
be the reason he's not in F1 right now.
It definitely is. If he had been able to vibe with Max, like he would still probably, I don't know if he'd still be Red Bull, but he'd be a world champion, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's
Which is crazy because I mean, him and Max are like good friends now.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
So
I watched the video from go ahead.
It is weird because like with Max and Checo or Max and Sonoda or whatever Isaac does this year.
Yeah.
Everyone has talked like that second Red Bull seat is so like cursed somehow.
Yeah.
And I really wonder what it would have been like because I mean they've gone through so many drivers. Three drivers?
No, more.
4?
Okay. So
apart from
Ricardo, after Ricardo left, right, it was Perez, Sergio.
Yeah. And then New Zealand guy, what's his name? Albon. I forgot it. Dang, I forgot. Alex.
Bro, actually, no. It's even more. Pierre Gasly. I forgot.
Yeah, Pierre.
And then Albon, and then Sergio. And then Liam Lawson.
Yeah. And then Yuki, now Hadjar. When was
maybe there's one more.
Was Kvyat in there? Daniel Kvyat?
I know he was Toro Rosso. I don't know. I don't remember if he ever got I don't remember if he ever got to the Red Bull main team. This is like one of the downsides. I started watching Drive to Survive. That's how I got into F1. It's kind of a downside because I'm like, I only have so much knowledge. Like my knowledge only goes back to 2018. I will say though, because I'm such a big Lando fan, I'm gonna watch this year's episode or season of Drive to Survive because normally I'm like,
that's fair.
I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it because one, you live all of it in real time. Like you're watching the whole season, so it's kind of redundant to watch like dramatized version of the season. Like it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I want to see what they have on like with Lando winning, which I guess might be the next section we should talk about, which is what drivers are we a fan of? And then we can get into some of our like predictions for the season. But I'm curious because I think if you're watching this podcast, it probably helps to know where our biases are. And you know, I'm definitely a Lando fan. I can start. I'm kind of a Lando and Lewis fan primarily.
Yeah, this guy's cat's name is Lando.
Yeah, my cat's name is Lando. That's actually crazy. So I don't know. But the thing is, I will also say I'm a Lando fan primarily. I want to see Lewis do well. Besides that, I'm just a fan of like good racing. I don't really care besides them. Team wise, team wise is tough. It's like I'm a Lando fan, but I don't know if I'm a McLaren fan.
Yeah.
Because at least after last year was a tough year to be a McLaren fan.
Yeah.
The
I guess
rules.
True. Apart from like them kind of being so dominant, it was a really weird interpersonal team stuff.
I'll take it. I'll be a McLaren fan. I'll live at that. I mean, I am a McLaren fan. It's just last year was rough to be the butt of every joke. But yeah, Lando and Lewis primarily. But I'm just a fan of good racing. What about you?
Yeah. Like I said, Carlos. I think Carlos is I think one of the reasons I like him is because I just keep up with his social media the most out of every driver. He has a really good like YouTube series that's kind of like a vlog, kind of like it'll show him doing like I think the most recent one was like him doing a training camp in Spain or something. And I think he's my top guy right now. Just because I also think it's insane that someone like him can bounce around from team to team, literally unwillingly leave Ferrari and come to Williams, which is like in recent years been one of the not a midfield team, but a bottom field team.
Yeah.
And then come and get 2 podiums last year. So I think that's absolute cinema to me.
I will say, I think Carlos is the most underrated driver on the grid, at least previous years. I can't speak to I think, who's the new Racing Bulls guy? I don't remember.
Arvid? Lindblad?
Yeah, Lindblad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't speak. I mean, he could be good. He could. But I think Carlos is the most underrated. Like, I was shocked that he didn't get a better seat than Williams when he left Ferrari. I thought he would get a better seat.
But it ended up being like a unicorn of a year for them at Williams last year, which sucks because it happens right before a regulation change where like literally everything changes. Yeah. Crazy.
Okay, let's talk about that then, because I want to hear your predictions. So, like, what do you hope for with Williams and Carlos? What are you thinking predictions wise for them?
Well, it did not bode well with me that they missed the like shakedown stuff in Barcelona. Seeing like a super serious like face talk type video with James Vowles.
It's like a YouTube saying, apology video.
Yeah, literally was like that same exact vibe of a YouTube apology. And hearing that they weren't going to be there, I was like, well, that kind of blows. Like, this is not going to be good for us, perhaps. But I feel like Bahrain was pretty good for them. They were one of the teams that was like very, very reliable. Mm-hmm. I mean, from the running that I saw or things that I've seen, I don't think they broke down a whole lot if they did, which I think is awesome. They got a lot of laps in.
It helps they have the Mercedes engine, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Which is weird because Mercedes had some, like Mercedes, the team itself had some like weird stuff happening with them.
Yeah. So, do you think any of that is down to them like sandbagging a little bit? Because like they were such a favorite early on, and I'm just curious, like, are they not throwing, but are they like,
just taking a little bit off? I feel like, okay, so this might be a hot take, but out of every single team on the grid, I think Mercedes is the one team that I wouldn't put sandbagging past them.
Yes,
because of like whenever the Hamilton dominance and stuff, they would be like blatantly like saying, yeah, our car is not the best. Like,
yeah,
there's other teams out there that look really, really promising, and like we're worried about. And then Lewis wins 7 championships in a row.
Dude, they would literally, they just be like hyping up other teams. Like that was the whole thing. And then then they go out and destroy everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. And
do you think,
I mean, they had George kind of doing the same stuff. Like he would talk about Ferrari or McLaren, and which is funny. I feel like there's been a lot of memes about George's like PR training. the stuff he says is like at one point he started plugging like sponsors or something for Mercedes, and just like random like out of left field stuff that shouldn't be in a post like test interview.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny, but
they're just like talk about anything but the car. Like literally anything.
Literally. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I hope, going back to Williams, I hope for your sake and for good racing's sake that Williams is awesome, because to know that they completely like spent all of last year developing this year's car. I'm like, please let this car be worth something, because if it's not, it's a waste. You know what I mean? And in the spirit of good racing, the more cars that are up at the front, the better the racing is. So I'd love to see like a 5-way fight. That would be crazy. I don't think that would be happen.
Crazy. Yeah. Speaking of predictions and fight for like a lot of the teams, I don't know why, but I feel like a team like Alpine or even like Haas or something, some people have been saying like they're looking pretty good. And I don't know as much about Haas, but I know that Alpine has been like on top of stuff. They hit all their goals for the testing sessions and everything. So they look like they could be promising, at least in like the higher tier of the midfield.
Yeah. It's funny because I haven't really paid much attention to them. I think just because they've always kind of been the same. Like the entire time I've been a fan, it's just like Alpine's like
they've always been mid.
Haas is like bottom, middle. Yeah. I do like Ollie Behrman though. I feel like
me too.
He's kind of the guy at Haas. When Lewis retires, I expect Ollie to go up to like Ferrari. Not that Haas is a junior team for Ferrari, but they do share. I think Haas picks up.
He is a Ferrari driver. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could totally see that happening. I don't know, but it is cool to see. And especially with like, I think this year, what's so interesting to me, it's the first year that I've been a fan that they've actually done an engine regulation change. Because like, I think the last engine reg change was the start of the Mercedes dominance. So, I don't know. It's like we could be debating and being like, maybe these other teams are kind of good, or it could just be like Mercedes and George Russell is the guy. Like, I don't want this to be the case. I think George Russell wins the Drivers' Championship easy. What was the last year that Verstappen was super dominant and won it like 5 races early? I think it's one of those years for George because I think he got the most, like, didn't he placed 4th last year in drivers, but he was like
very consistent.
One of the most consistent. I think he was on the podium. Like when McLaren was just cooking everybody, it was like McLaren, and then 20 seconds back, it was George, like every time. I think he's too bland. No offense. I think he's too bland to be like the guy that's winning, but because he's just going to keep hitting that pose. You know what I'm saying? The T-post. The T-post thing. And thinking it's cool. But It's very likely. It's like Antonelli doesn't have the consistency. He may have the best car, but I just don't know if he'll have the consistency.
Yeah. It's interesting with Antonelli because I really like him. And I think him being also so young, what is he, like 18 or so?
Yeah.
I think he fits super perfect at Mercedes.
Yeah. It's like Toto's child, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like I really do feel like at some point Antonelli could surpass George. But I do think from everything that's been like said this preseason and through testing and stuff, I think it could be George's year to lose this season.
Yeah.
But I also on top of that couldn't help but notice that Charles Leclerc like was topping almost every toward the end of testing, topping the timesheet like every day almost. And I think that's pretty. I don't know if that's just because Charles is fast. He's always been fast.
Yeah.
In a single lap, but like we don't know what their race pace or whatever looks like, what they're like running on like a heavy car with a lot of fuel. But I mean, there's something there which is kind of crazy, and they're doing weird stuff with their like rear wings.
Yes. So okay, here's what I think. One, I will say this: it's hard. I almost hold no value in the tests because it's just you just don't know, right? Everyone's running different things. Like it's not like we are hitting qualifying laps and like everyone's doing that. You know what I mean? You just have no idea, and they're not really transparent on what everyone's running. I will say, even for Ferrari to be in a conversation about it, I think is positive. I saw Will Buxton talking about this, and he was saying that for whatever reason, their start pace is insane. Like they've done mock starts, and like Lewis will be in the back.
Bro, Lewis got like 11 positions or 7.
That's what he was saying.
Insane. Yeah.
Yeah. So my number one prediction is Lewis Hamilton World Championship. That's like, I know I'm a Lando fan, but Lewis Hamilton World Championship is like dream outcome for me.
It would be insane.
It would be so sick.
Bro, it would actually, I think it would like break F1. Like
at people Ferrari would not, too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah. It would be insane if that happened. I think for Lewis's sake.
Yeah.
I hope he can at least get up there and like be consistent. Because last year was probably the furthest thing from consistent he's ever felt in Formula One. Literally since he got in a Formula One car.
Yeah.
I think last year was like his most dreadful year.
Dude, every time they'd put up like the stat, it'd be like, yeah, Lewis has never, finished below bottom, like top 5 or whatever for this many races consecutively. I'm just like, guys, why do we have to talk about this? Like, is it not clear the car sucks and also the team kind of sucks? Like, the memes and just the communication with him and his engineer were like hysterical. Like,
I really hope, I don't know, I haven't seen if he's gotten a new person on the wall, but I really hope that he has a new engineer or someone who speaks English to be able to like communicate with them. Yeah.
It's just, the team has always been kind of wonky, with the strategy.
Yeah.
And then you put someone like Lewis in there who's like, I think there's no way that Mercedes operates that way at all. So for Lewis to come from Mercedes, where it's just like peak F1 team structure and everything.
Everything is serious. Yeah.
Everything's serious. Everything's like locked in, to then just, I don't know, bro. Some of the clips from that are like, I'm like, how is this real? Like,
yeah,
these guys are like saying things that I'm like, this is a professional sport. Like, we can't be serious about this.
yeah.
But I would love that. I think Lewis has the best potential this year. He seems genuinely happy with the car, which is crazy.
He does. He is smiling.
Yeah, he's like out of the car, like excited. They have their exhaust wing, which apparently I saw something that it could be worth like a half second in pace. They're like using the exhaust as downforce.
That's crazy.
And they have the full flippy wing thing, which looks stupid, but
it's so weird, bro. But it's like, it kind of makes sense. I was watching the one, bro. Have you watched the videos of on the actual like Formula One YouTube of the one? What's the guy's name? There's a guy with like a big afro.
Yeah, he does all the like technical stuff.
The tech talk. Yeah.
Yep. I love that guy. I can't remember his name.
Bro, he's so good. Yeah. And he's like fun. Bro, it's just a good show. If he had a segment on like a show, it would work.
Yeah.
But yeah, him talking about I saw that flippy thing on there, and bro, it just looks so weird. He's talking about like how it makes sense, like it's flipping over to make it kind of like a airplane wing almost. So it's getting lift almost instead of,
it's like counteracting that.
Yeah. Which is insane. And it kind of, I don't know if that'll be like nobody knows if that'll be good or not, because no other team is doing it.
Right.
They weren't like racing people while it was happening to see like how much faster they are on a straight. But it's an interesting thought, and it's it looks interesting as well.
It looks crazy.
More than anything. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think, I know I just said I want Lewis Hamilton Drivers' Championship. Do you think Lando has the chops to repeat this?
I honestly think he could. I think I feel like, especially with a teammate in Oscar, to be like, Oscar is probably fuming.
Yeah.
Over all of like testing and like the dead period and stuff, which is crazy. I think they both won the same amount of races. Like they both got first place, I think like 6 times or so.
Yep.
Last year. And I'm sure Oscar is like deep in his head about like he can do better.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I think with Lando winning the championship last year, it kind of might make him a little like on edge, like, oh, my teammate is actually like, he's up for a challenge. He's up for a battle. And he's noticing, he's figuring out that Oscar is a really fast learner and really good at driving a car.
Yeah.
And I think that Lando will like try and up the ante and work on, not making the silly mistakes that he made last year that costed him to have a season that was so stressful, basically.
Yeah.
Stuff that could have been, he's pushing too hard and he spins. Stuff that could be reversed if he just like holds off and drives normally,
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's interesting for sure. He could pull something out.
I don't think you get another season where Lando makes those mistakes, but I just don't know if he has it. I want him to have that skill, have the ability. I've just never seen, like, there are very few drivers that have repeated world championships. Like, it's hard enough to win a world championship.
Yeah.
It's even harder to win 2.
And it's harder to have the your team develop you a good car the second year after you win it, you know,
especially on like a reg change and everything. Plus, he's not on a team like Lewis was at Mercedes, where it's like, hey, bro, Lewis, you're the number one driver. Valtteri, you're like playing support. Like he's has to have an equal. And same with Max. Like, dude, there's some things that if Sergio doesn't do them for Max, Max doesn't win some of the championships. He certainly doesn't win 21. So I think that's the other thing that's really tough for Lando is like, even if all the skill is there and even if all the motivation and like abilities there for him to repeat and he has the best case scenario, just the dynamic of him not being the number one driver and their team giving them equal rights is like, I don't know. I just don't know if he.
Yeah.
I mean, he got really lucky that Oscar took a dive last year. If Oscar doesn't take that dive in performance, it's Oscar's championship.
Yeah. Oscar could have 100% won the season last year.
Yes.
He just, I don't know what happened to him.
Honestly, he probably should have. It's just, it was kind of crazy. Okay. So last 3 predictions for the year. Let's go like lightning round. I want to go, who do you think is going to be in last place? What team do you think is going to be in last place? And driver, actually. Driver as well.
What team, what driver? I'm going to be, this kind of sucks. This is kind of sad to me, honestly. You know, being an American and all.
Yeah.
But I do think that Cadillac will kind of, they're going to try, but they're going to kind of crash and burn. And it's going to have to be Valtteri or Sergio to come up in the caboose, I think. But I honestly, out of both of them, it's kind of hard to tell which one's going to finish higher, like who's going to have a higher net finish on the grid. I think I'm going with my gut. I think that Sergio would probably just perform a little bit better than Valtteri.
Yeah, I think so.
I love Valtteri. I think he's hilarious. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
He's just super cool.
Yeah.
But I think Sergio might have an edge on him this year.
I'm going to say, I actually think I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to go with Aston Martin team-wise because when I look at Cadillac, both teams are struggling right now. Cadillac's using Ferrari engines, is that correct? I think so.
Cadillac, I think so, but I know that they also had to I think they did some of their own stuff on an engine, but I think it might be Ferrari.
Primarily Ferrari. That's the biggest concern I have with Aston is that they're using the Honda engines. And from everything that we've seen, like Fernando's like, this engine is literally garbage. Like
he hates it so much.
He hates it. And he would know. Yeah. And the thing that makes me think that they're going to be behind Cadillac at the end of the year is because they don't have, here we go, cue the Lance Stroll hate. They don't have 2 incredible drivers. Like you look at Cadillac and it's like, those are world-class, like Bottas and Perez are like arguably the best of the best that left F1 too early. Like they should have still had top racing seats. If Valtteri's at any other team besides Mercedes, playing second fiddle to Lewis, he's one of the best, and same for Perez. So I think they have a better driver combo.
They definitely do.
Yeah. And so I think that like, even though it's like Adrian Newey, there's a ton of potential with Aston to figure it out. If they can't figure out the engine, the aerodynamics aren't going to make that big of a difference.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Aston in, what is it, 11th place? Because there's 11 teams now.
Yeah.
That's kind of a gross number. Driver, though, I guess driver would be Lance Stroll, to be honest. If not Lance, it's the new. We just said his name, the Racing Bulls guy, Arvid Lindblad. Yeah, and not because he's a bad driver. I just think rookie is tough. He's just a rookie, and he's at Racing Bulls. So
true.
Okay.
That's a good shout. Yeah.
Yeah. But so I'll go Lindblad for last, but I'll go Aston for last place team. What's your favorite livery on the grid this year?
My favorite livery, I think, bro, the Haas looks sick with
it's nice.
the GR Toyota Racing, like the huge GR on the side pod.
Yes.
Bro, they bro, whoever designed that cooked.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, it's like definitely my favorite one.
I agree. I would love personally to see like a proper, if Haas like changed ownership, to see a proper Toyota racing team. I think that would be,
bro, that would be sick.
So sick.
So like, sick. I'm a really big fan of the like TGR stuff.
Yeah.
I've always thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like even just road cars that they have, where it's like a TRD series or something, like a TRD Tacoma, that just looks mean and sick. Yeah, that being kind of coming into racing, like a Formula One team, they're already like, I was watching Rally Car the other day. Literally, Rally Car is basically like Toyota. It's all Toyota.
Yep.
Literally. And I mean, yeah, there's like Hyundai and stuff, but and a little bit of Ford, but it's pretty much the top 5 teams, I think, or the top 5 people who were racing that day or in that those stages. It was all Toyota. Yeah. So they definitely have a big name in racing and stuff.
Yeah.
I do think it would be really cool to see him in Formula One, though.
That'd be sick. Yeah, I don't know how it would translate, because I feel like where Toyota currently has racing divisions, it like translates to their actual products. Whereas like obviously F1, the closest thing to that would be like the new Supra, like in terms of product to actual race trim. Obviously it's not close at all, but like it would be the closest. But I don't know. It could be interesting. I think my favorite livery might be the Audi livery. It's like that matte kind of gray or silver with the red.
Bro,
I don't know.
The red looks super cool. And I don't know who thought of this for them, but they painted like the inside of the air ducts. So like
the intake,
yeah. And I think that even on the side pods, like it looks like a fighter jet. I think it looks really cool as well. Yeah. I just wish they had on the back of the like the latter half of the car where you do have that red. It's like just a red block. I wish it was kind of a bit of like a fade into that red from the silver. It would look a little bit better, but they do look good.
I will say honorable mention Cadillac. I think it's probably the most like out there livery of the year.
It looks like a one-off livery that you would run at like Miami or something, which is crazy that it's their real.
I feel like they kind of have to do that, right? Like just like try something crazy. Yeah. Same with Red Bull going back to gloss. That's also like a sick choice.
Yeah. And Red Bull looking like a different car for the first time in years. Like it's not just a copy and paste kind of thing, which I think is good for them.
100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Okay. So what race are you most excited about this year besides like Australia? Because obviously it's the first race of the season. Yeah. I'm hyped on it, but
I always Barcelona, I think, is my favorite track. Okay. I always look forward to that. But staying in Spain, I think the whole new Madrid track.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. it's gonna. I don't know if I actually don't know if they have raced Formula One there before, but
probably like a long time ago.
yeah. But I mean, it's a new track that we
Yeah.
didn't have last year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'm looking forward to that because it'll be like new for probably some of the drivers. Maybe some of them haven't raced there before. And maybe it's my Carlos Sainz bias being in Spain. Maybe he'll turn up for Madrid, you know.
Home race. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's a tough one for me. I always love Monaco just because the vibes are up. Like, can't go wrong with Monaco. But I think Spa. Might be.
Spa is awesome. Yeah.
Might be the one. Honestly, if there was a race I could go to, choose any of them, Spa would be insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, also, Silverstone is it's a banger race every single year, I feel like, at Silverstone.
Every time, dude.
So I am looking forward to that. Literally every year something crazy happens.
Yeah. I am curious, like, do you think that racing is going to be way more exciting this year? Because I think it could be. I think it very well could be.
It could be, but at the same time, if like we're looking at timesheets, obviously, yeah, it's testing and you have to take stuff with a grain of salt, but we're looking at timesheets where like instead of the grid being, you know, apart from each other, like from first place to last place is like a second or 8/10.
Yeah.
Now the grid is like literally like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
From Charles to Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
And Lance is like openly talking to people and saying, "Yeah, we got to find 4 seconds of pace." And yeah, I really hope that doesn't translate to this year being crappy racing.
Honestly, even if it's just more than like 1 or 2 teams at the front, I think it'll be more exciting. Just because there were a decent amount of races last year that just turned into snoozers because you're like, and same for the years past. You know who's going to win. And even last year, it was like, you know, the top 2 cars. So then, like, when it was, you know, when Max was so dominant, it was tiring, but at the same time, he was so far out there that, like, I actually started watching races and being like, I don't care who wins. I'm actually looking at, like, everyone behind Max, and, like, it's actually exciting to watch. Yeah. So hopefully this year, even if like there's teams that are 4 seconds away, if there's like 3 or 4 teams that are kind of up at the top all fighting, that could be sick. That could be super sick.
It would definitely be, that would be super exciting. I will say we have the novelty of a brand new regulation.
Yeah.
These cars have never had a proper race. And so we're basically going into the season blind, and literally at this point, anything could happen. Yeah. Everyone's saying like Mercedes is going to take it and run, but we haven't watched a single race yet. So we technically don't know that. Point.
Cadillac could be first.
Cadillac could be, they could come out swinging.
We could see Audi, little Hulkenberg World Championship.
Yeah, bro. I only hope for good things for Hulk, but I think last year him getting his first podium, was it might be his peak.
I'll be honest. To say. Yeah, most people going that long without having any sort of podium, they probably already would have hung it up. So
yeah.
But we'll see. I'm excited for the race. So if you made it this far in the episode, thanks so much for watching. We're going to be breaking down every single race after a couple days after the race. So keep an eye out for our Australia Grand Prix breakdown. And subscribe, because literally the more subscribers we have and the more viewers we get, the higher the chances are we get to go to a race for free, which would be ideal. So we'll see.
For free.
For free.